the politics of
human sexuality, which this is going to be stressful.
Please let Pierce not be in this episode. I will feel so uncomfortable.
That man, he's like, I exude sex. I should be the professor.
God.
I know everything about sex.
I mean, to be fair, older men do. They have more experience, I'll say that.
I'm going to leave.
Facts are facts, America. It's true. Dude, I mean,
honestly, I can't. I don't have experience with like an older dude.
I mean, I've been with an older guy like recently, but I just remember like when I was like
younger,
19, 20, like
wow.
I like hung out with a 40-year-old before, which isn't really a good idea. No, probably, I was young and stupid. But I will say, experience, time. There's just a lot of good things that happen with time and experience. Like just the world like shapes you into the person.
No, it is true. You're going to have, I mean, the more you work at something, the better you're going to be at it. It's the truth.
Fair. All right. Well, now that we've said that.
This is the thing. It's just like Pierce. He's totally that guy.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm laughing.
And that's why I laugh. Because I'm just like, because I totally have gone. Not for like someone like Pierce. I would have been like,
no, if you knew his personality.
If anything he said out of his mouth, I'd be like,
oh no.
I'm gone. But I will say.
But if he wasn't like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, everyone deserves love.
Yeah.
And I think it's so normal for me. Sorry, here I go. But it is normal for me to see like a big age gap because my parents have a big age gap. Like my dad is.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's old.
Did you like that little like brain part? They're at least 11 years apart, if not 12. I think it's 11.
And he's in his 70s or
80s. Yeah, I was adopted, so my parents adopted me when they were older. So my parents are very old. But yes, yeah, he's low 80s, she's high 60s.
It makes sense for you to like that. That's more normal. Like a normal, and it's a comfort, So it makes sense.
I had to analyze myself on why do I like old men?
There's always a reason for things, and there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just
plus we had nice Denzel.
We have a lot. Well, look,
Gary,
if we're gonna put all Bob, I'm there.
Brian, I mean,
I'm there with you. It's just in real time.
I dated a guy.
Like, I can't. I've never. I think it's because like for me, my mentality, I just know I wouldn't vibe with someone older, like older than me, like a 40-year-old or something.
How do you know?
Because But
think about like kids who are like 12 now who are like really into animated, or not that anything sexual. That's not what I'm saying here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like they'd be like, I don't know when the inner 30s would like what I like, or
Sure.
So it's just like a lot of people think because there's the age gaps, we don't have anything in common.
No, I get you. We probably would have stuff in common, but it's like. I'm in a relationship right now.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I'm not trying to call you out.
But I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea of someone older. I just think that like especially when I was younger, I was so much younger than my age. Like if I was 19, I was like in 14, or even younger potentially. And, and that's again learning about all this stuff, neurodivergence, and all of this. It's just, sadly.
It's all good. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I know. Now we're talking about old men.
Therapy session.
But I'm just like. But this is probably going to talk about a lot of that. I feel like, and so, or the politics, which that's the part that I don't like. Like, is it going to be like?
Like, are we going into like?
It's like control of our bodies, and that
like
it's going to be really.
That's going to be annoying.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, that.
Sorry, you guys.
This is so funny. We're here.
We're ready.
We're ready. We're going to jump in. We are ahead on our Patreon if you'd like to support us and you'd like to hear some more open discussions, vulnerable,
we have a lot of
real, human, because we're human, like everyone here. But, you can join our Patreon.
Yeah.
And the links are down below.
Yes. And don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe.
So I booked a sketch artist, an improv troupe, and
I like that skirt.
STD
A laser. Well, this
The STD fair?
You've been quite the little helper, Annie.
Oh, STD fair, guys. Catch knowledge.
Oh.
Why would he?
Bro,
And he didn't even make
I
it
know.
in. I bet, of course.
You think you're better than me? You stick to quote movie lines. I'll stick to sports.
Trying to reduce my pop cultural referencing.
Well, you're not moving into sports.
I bet that was just. He's like, bro, what did I do?
Catch knowledge.
Sorry,
Gosh.
not interested. In ignoring
I'm
a
not
very important cause. Hi.
Oh yeah, that's.
Winger.
Sabrina is my new secretary.
But what about Annie? Are we not gonna?
You know the toilets in the women's bathrooms don't have seats, right?
Because they keep getting stolen. Sabrina, take a note. I want hidden cameras in every stall.
Problem solved.
You will get AIDS
Flip it over.
unless you go to the STD.
Oh
my
God.
Congratulations. Horrible.
See you later. Catch knowledge.
They just push it. They just. What?
Let's put cameras in the
Stalls.
stalls.
Recent change in my demeanor.
I haven't.
Well,
I have a new girlfriend.
Oh.
Super smart, if you know what I mean.
Unfortunately.
Smart.
You know, when you catch a big fish, you want to stuff her and put her on.
Oh my freaking God.
Troy and I play basketball. It's fun.
Don't gloat. It's impossible to guard you. Your eyes are too gentle and mysterious.
He's got a girlfriend.
That's great. What'd she do?
She's an escort.
Oh.
Some mysteries solve themselves.
That's just her profession. She doesn't escort me.
Oh, okay.
Honey, huh?
Is there a pill that makes the word no clearer?
Well, I guess it is pretty short notice. Probably couldn't get a date anyway.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you're right.
You know, I wonder, Jeffrey, for all your feather flashing, when was the last time you actually scored?
Well, I don't know the precise date
Scored.
just because I'm not you.
I know, I haven't heard that since like 2001
Right.
or something.
Don't eat the crab dip. Yay.
Ah.
He's doing his best.
He's screaming, no! Stop being so aware. And it's all thanks to you.
I was voted most likely.
He's
to start my
very
rehab clinic.
complimentary.
Yeah.
Should conduct the condom demonstration. You're going to
Oh.
be center stage showing everyone how to put a condom on
Oh,
a,
no.
well, what my dad called a Jimmy Carter.
She's probably never done that.
Right person for that.
Don't worry, not a real one. No, it's a anatomically correct model, you know. But trust me, eyes closed, you can't tell the difference.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. No, the image. No, don't touch that. Oh, God, that's a bit sterilized.
It is said that you're supposed to clean it after every use, so hopefully it will be good to go.
Tube Top REM concert. Juror number 6. That sounds above board. At least you have mommy in here.
it's not my mom.
Oh, my God.
Not cool.
Can't believe I haven't seen her before now.
Whatever. I'm gonna go study with Shirley.
Well, I'll be here, rethinking my way of life.
You should.
It's a big honor. But I'm gonna screw it up.
Oh, it's easy enough to practice. Britta, do you have a banana?
This is
Do you have a banana?
real whatchamacallits are nothing like bananas.
Why are we calling
Well,
them?
it's
What-
because she's been like a conservative
Yes.
background.
Oh,
I get that. I was
remember
like that
I
too,
remember.
to be honest.
I've blocked a lot of that out of my life, so it's all a distant dream.
Yeah, and then she probably didn't have open conversations with
Yeah.
her family.
Yep.
Same.
Did it to me. He cried after and during.
Oh.
He's gay now.
Oh.
He was gay then.
So you
Yeah.
never seen one when you were growing up? Like, you know, on the internet in a picture or
In the
hotels?
internet?
I've caught glimpses, but I've never got.
I've got lips.
What I need to do is practice on the actual model, but the dean has it locked in his office. Well, okay,
Of
that's easy
course
enough.
he does.
Him and we'll ask him. No, we have to break into his office.
I actually have no problem with
I
that.
think I could do that.
Well, this would be like
I already got a
perfect-
condom.
Oh my God.
I was just going into the fair to wait for my Smoking hot, baby.
That's nice.
How
I
about
hope
you?
she shows up.
Don't worry about it, kid. What you're going through is a dry spell. From my experience, they don't last any more than 12, 13 years.
No!
Real-
Remorse? Oh my god.
I was thinking about how I want to squeeze in a quick gallop this weekend.
Do you own a horse?
Can you ever really own a horse?
Oh my gosh. No way. Oh lord. Oh, to be young again. Oh. To be naive.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, this is Doreen. Ready for our double date?
Oh, look at her,
She's
though. She's beautiful.
pretty.
You wingman me, I wingman you. They meet in the morning for eggs and details.
That sounds like the worst combination plate ever.
Yeah, we've done this.
Not that type of
Oh
conversation, but
Well, you know, life is life.
Rules are, you suck. Let's go.
he's so competitive, and he just wants
And we've
to.
also done that.
Yeah, I know.
They're really
We
calling
did,
us
I
out. Oh. His face.
You broke my head, you bastard.
Did he really?
Is there no security?
Clearly not. Not at all.
What does she have?
A knife in her gloves.
That's smart though.
Oh wow, he has a literal.
It's like a
lock.
kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see through the door.
Oh, that's.
yeah.
Oh jeez.
There she blows.
Oh.
I want to see.
Can we put the
I
knife
know.
down?
That's what looks like a sharp knife. Is it like dressed up?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Oh boy.
This is like a freaking. I'm like getting bad thoughts here.
Is that considered large?
Yes. There's a hole in the wall, and the girl. That's just.
What in the reverse Porky's is going on
Reverse
here?
Porky's, what?
Hey, honey, say Cabernet Sauvignon.
You're embarrassing me.
You know a lot about wine?
Oh, I like how she's being.
Who owned a vineyard in Napa? He was into S&M and Merlot, so we called it S&M and M.
Honey, you're boring the crap out of Jeff.
What?
Be right back. I have to make tinkles.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go get us.
Are
You
they?
know,
Are they
You're
gonna?
not what I expected.
They might as well.
You're not wearing go-go boots?
They're in the shop.
She's funny.
What, Sabrina's cute, but she thinks that Monty Python is the evil snake from Harry Potter.
Girls I can converse with way more than
Hey, babe. Ready to show me that Lexus?
I thought you'd never ask.
Well,
Doreen, it was very nice to meet you.
You can do better.
well, what a nice interaction.
But she can also do
I know.
better. Give her the empty
mean,
one.
Nincompoops.
He might.
Before I buy dinner.
Yeah.
We're through, Pierce. I'm gonna go to the bar, and you can join me if you'd like, and we can still have a lovely evening. But it will cost you $200.
There you go. Yeah, because you're an ass.
Mm-hmm.
She's wonderful.
I like
the
her a lot.
confidence in her. I.
That is a pretty big discount.
He has no shame.
This DJ.
He's so excited. Oh my god. What kind of party are we
Is there a
at?
sex party?
Yeah, what? Oh, this is the STD.
No idea alcohol would make people horny.
That's what it does. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
now
but,
it
but
does.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn them around, and we're
oh
gonna.
my god.
Annie just needed to look at the model of the P.
Oh, okay. The P word.
We're not allowed to say penis.
That's exactly why I wanted Gail, our
Is
school
there a
counselor here,
scriber?
Monique, who's keeping record to ensure we discuss these sensitive topics in a
I think
Smart,
everyone should
but-
say penis so we can take
Thank
away
you.
the negative power of the word.
Penis.
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 She didn't say it.
Now, why did you break into something
Well,
saying that now,
I,
Gail?
I just want to focus on the girl who won't say penis.
This is
Here we go. This is her
amazing.
episode.
Yep.
This is a judgment-free zone, so express yourself.
With that smile. Okay.
I don't want to sit in a room full of people and say the P word. I like being repressed. I am totally comfortable being uncomfortable with my sexuality.
Girl, no.
If she can't, if she wants to be.
If everyone were a little bit more like me, we wouldn't have to have an STD fair. You go,
Well,
girl.
Good for her on that, but do understand your sexuality, though.
Yes,
guys.
and educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
Giant thumb in a turtleneck.
Oh.
Whoop-de-doo.
That's one way to describe it.
That is one way.
In a turtleneck. Okay.
You probably hear that all the time.
Not as much as I should.
I literally.
I have so many things to say after this.
Professor.
What? I'm not a professor.
But you're at Greendale, and you're old.
I'm a student.
Yikers.
Yikers.
Pretty much yikers for me, too.
I guess I can make an exception, Professor.
I mean, if you want to, like, how could you even be intimate? Like,
Yeah.
you should have connection and love, like,
I can't do this.
yeah, not love, but just connection, chemistry. Yeah, you have to respect yourself, man. A bed.
Oh, I let him win. That was sweet.
Troy.
Wow, this may be the only STD fair to actually.
There's so much alcohol.
Yeah, even in his, in LT Gray's office, he has all this alcohol.
Oh,
His office.
yeah.
What the hell?
But they have chain. Condom?
That's why you don't print things on condoms. Everyone's getting preggers and it's your fault.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
Don't
god.
use condoms, everyone.
Condoms are faulty. As the best athlete on campus, I need you to run to my office and make an announcement before everyone leaves.
Oh, Ben, you gotta go and do it.
Dean.
You're a really good friend.
No, Abed.
You are.
You are.
For the love of God!
Go, Abed, go!
Yeah.
Run, Forrest.
I think this place is sapping my life force.
Oh, it's not Greendale.
Making you human.
You're looking for a place to hang his underwear and starts looking for a place to hang his hat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for that to become inappropriate or racist. What happened to Doreen?
Here's to being better men.
Aww.
Cheers.
So can I borrow $200?
Oh no. I just can't.
Tell Doreen I say hi.
We'll be better men tomorrow.
You know, for $220 I can get.
I'll give you $250 if you don't finish telling me.
I can get it twice. College, best years of our lives.
Wow. Change her name. Thank you.
That's the first step. Aww. And it's Britta that he does it too. Oh.
If you're going to have sex tonight, don't use condoms.
Oh my god.
This show.
Aww.
Abed,
Yeah, Troy?
can you get me a glass of water?
Sure.
Aww.
This is so sweet.
Oh.
That's like literally the most tear-jerking moment. Okay, well, shoot, dang. That was literally what I was just talking about at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
This is fun. Because it's fun to talk about sex. It's like, it's been such a taboo and such like a hush, hush, don't, you can't talk about your sexual life. You can't do this or this. And it's just like, why?
Right. It's that control and that peering into other people's business.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just mind your own business and make yourself happy. This was Dan Harmon is very much a genius. He really is. Obviously Rick and Morty is amazing, but this is just these episodes are just, they teach so much, and they're teaching how to be
way.
Yeah, and so funny, and it's clever, and it's quick, but like that was like very positive for young men to because that is a really common thing where it's like not very common, but like that dehumanizing.
Yes.
Women do that too,
Yeah,
but
a lot of people do.
everyone it's not but I noticed like because guys think they need to be like, look at how much I scored, man, because then that's within their culture. They've been brainwashed or conditioned into believing that they need to be like that's a big man. That's how you have to be a man.
Frats, yeah, too.
Right.
I just remember parties where guys like I didn't do anything at frats. That's too much. but it's just like, that mentality, just like having a list of the girls that you've, or whatever partners, like, and it's very sad. And because I've seen people's phones where it's just like they title people by not with their name, and it's just disrespectful and dehumanizing.
Yeah, it really is.
I feel like it's changing now. Like the culture, like there's still going to be people like that, but the culture is changing from what it was in like the early 2000s.
Yes, for sure.
But
I agree, and I mean it's interesting because like. And it's also the conversation between Jeff and Doreen about like that, what are you doing here? This is just she's cute, she's fun, like maybe fun, but you're getting to an age where it's like you do need a companion, a partner who's there to support you when you're down, because we need people in our lives. And like I think the older you get, you start to realize like, wow, like I need help. I need help. I want to help someone. I have love to give someone. I need like, whatever it is, like you're going to need, it sounds so selfish or like very logical or not logical, very like blunt, but I think as you get older, you will need someone to help you. You need help. Like, I would rather, and hopefully it's going to be with someone who's like my best friend, but like when you're old, it's tough, like being alone. And if you have someone.
Oh, thank you.
What?
I'm alone. I'm doing just
I'm talking about old, like old. When you're like much older and you're like, I'm thinking about like my 60s and my 70s, my 80s.
Well, there's a lot of, just to play devil's advocate, I know a lot of old people that are happy being alone and that are just doing this for me. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying you need, like, I'm just thinking like in a sense of, and for me and for like, I don't know. I think we were created to be with people. I know that we can say we feel happy and we are content, and maybe there are people who are content, but I think naturally by nature we do need others.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely.
Very much like community based humans. So it's
I see the community. I was thinking more so if you're just saying like being with a partner.
I guess it's controversial to say that, but it's like. Just if we want to be scientific about it, I think like,
Well, no,
I guess that's where like biology and like people, we see it all the time. People just people want to be together, like couples. It's like and then there's people who are anti,
it's not anti.
Or not anti. No. Well, here, let me, I have a hard time.
Yeah, let's slow down.
I have a hard time. See, this is the thing about self-censorship that's tough, especially for me, because when I am talking, I understand that it can come off in a way that could offend someone. Because I can see people's faces or like your reaction where you're like, oh, that could hurt someone, or maybe I
guess I identify as the other spectrum, so it's just like I'm just like, but that's not true.
Well, and I'm not, and I'm not meaning it like in that way, but I just so. I might choose the wrong, not the nicest words, but it's like that's just how my brain works, and I'm, you know,
Yeah,
I never have like an intent to hurt. That's the thing, and it's just that's how I process things. And I'm now again I'm learning about this for myself, and so I'm now able to maybe say something to defend myself a little bit more, and to have people understand like, okay, that's where I'm coming from, and I have to also like be given the chance to think, like, to stop and take a breath and like process.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, and I know probably me saying wait, well, no, is probably not helping, but I do, like, I understand what you're saying, and for you, it's like if that's for your journey as you get older, like that makes a lot of sense. But you know, I just do want to say, and I know you're not meaning it that way, or you're trying to say it this way. But you know, there are many people who just have really close friends like that. I guess that's where I see my future, unless I meet someone, which you know, either way is fine. But like, I just know if I have like my best Judy, my best girlfriend or whatever, to like be my, I guess, companion, but it doesn't have to be anything sexual or anything. But you know, like, because.
No, you're right.
We got many things.
No, it's a spectrum. Well. You're right.
But there's a spectrum.
People, right. So what I mean, I guess, is like, I guess the majority of people, it is. I will say, maybe that's a broad claim, but in our history, it's just we have unions, and people do like to.
But is that because people? And this is just not for conversation.
I think it's nature.
But is it though? Because like, think about where people used to be with culture and like getting married and having a kid, and like that was like a woman's, like that's what we've really been programmed to think. Even now, there's just a lot of women who just go get married and have a kid because it's like we need to go have a kid.
I will say that's not what I mean.
Oh no. Well,
so maybe should I explain a little bit more of my perspective of what I mean by two people coming together?
Sure.
So I'm not, because I don't agree with like the marriage, like we have to get married, we have to have kids, we have to have that structure. I don't believe in like the man is the head of the household, any of that. I used to when I was indoctrinated.
I wasn't implying that either.
No, but I think what I mean by nature is we have attraction. Whether you're straight, gay, not, whatever it is, maybe you don't even have an attraction in a sexual way, but you want to be close to people, and usually it's one other person. We have like a best friend, or like it's just this one person that I think we're just meant to have like a, by nature, but we can go against that, and not everyone's going to be on that same spectrum, but I think a majority of people are always going to want to couple up, and obviously there's polyamory and there's non-monogamous people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the broad spectrum of like every time in history people have just, I mean, you see someone, you're attracted to someone, and then you want to be with them, and then you spend time with them, and then when that's over, it's over, and then but people are constantly looking for a relationship or some sort of whatever it is, because it is in our nature to do that. If it wasn't, then we wouldn't have like attractions to people, and like not even a sexual attraction, but it's like I could be attracted to you because you have these qualities that are like these like I love, like, oh, I love this about Abby, I want to spend this time with her. But so it's the same thing. We're talking about the same thing, but but I think so. I mean, like people just need to have like,
I mean, I agree. Like the whole point of like having companionship or I remember what was that? Was it iRobot with Will Smith? It was, I think it was showing, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, like it shows like the robots, instead of just standing by themselves or anything, because they like locked them up somewhere. It was like towards the end where they're all in like the crates and like those, whatever those things are called. And so they were all huddled together. And so it was showing like the humanity of it, because we don't want to be alone. We want to be like, and so that I agree with completely. Because like I mean, obviously there's introverts. So, you know, I like being by myself a lot too, as much as I like being with a comfort from an outer source.
Yeah, right. Same. That's,
I guess the point I was trying to make is it doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be always sexual. Because there's a lot of people, especially now, expressing themselves as pansexual, not pan, asexual.
Yes, thank you for bringing.
But so I agree with you, because even me, it's just like I can't be alone forever. I'll go crazy. Like I need to have that outer support, and that's not just my daughter, you know, like a
Right,
mature
right.
mind, that's, you know, mind
Right.
maturity. So that I absolutely agree
Yeah.
with. I was just more so trying to make the point of, it doesn't have to be like you have to
it has to be romantic.
Yeah, it doesn't have to always
Yeah,
be romantic. So I
agree.
apologize. That was like a big
Well, no,
circle
I
of me
can.
not
Well, and it's
expressing myself
but
right.
no, but that's the thing. These are conversations.
Yeah.
So like, I think that's important because I think we're ready to like. We're getting used to like being like, oh, buzzword. You can't. Oh. And it's not your fault. I do that too, and I do it to myself. And I'm like, well, but I know that my intentions are not evil, and I know like sometimes I'm trying to say something, but it's not. I don't have the right words.
That happens to me a lot too.
To use. So then people are like, damn, Iman, what the hell? Like you're so blunt or mean or something. In some instances, but then I'm always like, no, I didn't mean that, and it's just so.
Well, here, everyone just take note. Like, this wasn't any type of confrontation or anything. But
No,
like,
exactly.
But like, we were having a conversation.
And we were on the same, we had the same idea, but I was saying it in
just a different way.
Yeah, but it's like, again, like we do need, people need each other in like conversations.
These kind of conversations are really important. And whether you agree or disagree,
right.
I just want to be like, we're models. This is how you do need to talk to people. I mean, just like, you know.
Well, even if we do disagree,
it's fine.
That doesn't mean we can't love each other and be friends or be like, oh, sorry. But it's like, yeah, if we disagree on some real crazy, like you're like, I think people should just die. I should be able to kill, you know. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't, you know, I might have to.
just Kisaki. That's all. I just keep thinking about that damn show and how much I want to.
Oh my gosh! Well, damn. Well, we went and talked about that.
I know. One thing I will want to say, or touch with what's her name? Doreen. And this is like what I was talking about at the beginning with like older people or dating someone that's more mature. Because there's been such a taboo. I don't think it's as much of an issue now as it was, you know, earlier in the years. But like dating an old person, like for Jeff, he didn't even think about obviously she's an escort, but it's just like you're not thinking about like women who actually like what we were talking about, like can fulfill, you know, give you support. Like it's this very superficial thing, and that's something that I keep noticing a lot. That's still a problem in our culture, is like the superficialness of it all. Like I feel like people are getting better about communicating and finding someone more so for companionship versus just like a good quick harumph. But I do see a lot still, especially with younger women, like that are getting into this culture of like, buy me stuff for my love, and like now it's kind of becoming more normal. And so it's interesting, like reading stuff on Reddit where they'll have like the question of like, what's the hardest thing about being in a relationship with this, and it's just like they don't communicate. They want us to play a game. They want to fight with us and want us to chase them. And it's just like, it's all these very young things. And it's just like, that's so off-putting. It's just like, I want someone who doesn't want to play games. Like, that's not what a relationship is.
Right.
That's, like, you shouldn't have to convince someone that you love them enough to stay with them. So it's like, it's interesting that we don't, I can only say men because I haven't talked to or seen this with women yet, but like don't look at women their own age or even older. Like they always a lot want to go for younger. And again, it's just like what we saw with Jeff and that girl. And it's, I don't know. It's like when does it click? Like I know Jeff, it's gonna happen. Like he's starting now, which is great.
I mean, I think for men,
I think we need to have a man to talk to about this.
I think it's, we can't say all men or a more majority of men do that because like most men I see are usually just with women that are like their same age, around their same, it's like within the 3 year to the same age. I mostly see that, but then you will see like that random, like really, really old dude with a young girl. So I would say that it's not like, thankfully, women do it too, but it's we just don't hear about it as often, and people aren't talking about it, and who knows? But like, I think also there's a demonization of
dating older or
yeah.
I mean, it kind of has.
It's I would just say that, like, because I think what happens is, of course, like with age you would assume that people are going to be more wise,
right?
But obviously we
Not always the
see
case.
like with my own parents,
yeah.
but it's just like you just got to know when you start talking to people and you'll know, like,
Yeah.
all right, we connect. You get it. You get it. Like I had a handyman here just last night. That sounds weird, but not really, because I obviously
fine.
not, because
you're getting something fixed.
But he was 20 years old, and we were talking about like life and all of this stuff, and Jordan Peterson and this and that, and all these things, and I was like, it's like, what was my point?
Age,
yeah. So he was talking about how he's tried to do the dating thing, like on Tinder, and he's like, but it's hard because he feels like more of an older soul, like he owns his own business, his handyman business, he's doing like at a 20-year-old age. That's
is that
great.
the handyman, the one that you told?
No, a different guy. And so it was interesting to hear his struggle. He's like, it's really hard because people my age are not on that level. It's like fun and games and games. And so it was just interesting to even have that conversation, and just like, so he has things to learn, as everyone does. Wisdom comes with time and learning experience. But yeah, I mean, age, I
guess it is just a number. It's more about the maturity.
Right. And that's but most of the time, when you're younger, it more than likely you're going to be on the immature.
Yeah, and you're going to explore, like, we're not saying that you can't do that. I guess more so the point is, like, I wish we had more classes of educating, like, even like with Annie, bringing it back to the show here.
Sorry,
I mean, it was with the show, but anyway, with Annie, like, having a hard time saying penis.
Yes.
And it's just like that. I understand she come from a very conservative household that probably is just like, that's a no word. But it's just like having open conversation, whether it be the school's job, which I think is unfair. I think parents should be mature enough to talk to their kids about sex and relationships. But I feel like there has to be more conversation. Like even the whole consent thing. Obviously now, like, I think sometimes they do take it to this very extreme, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. But if we would have talked about consent more in the 90s, like think about how much could have been avoided. Even just like having a guy just touch your leg when you're at a party, when we were like in our upper teens, it's just like, I can literally just be like, no. But I'm just like,
back then, and even in the 20s, it was like, no, yeah, you can. You're allowed.
Yeah. And like it was like weird for us to say something, or they make a big deal about it, or, but nowadays, like, you're going to get called for that shit. So like,
yeah,
these kind of like conversations are really important versus just like,
no, they are. And Annie had like, she doesn't, she's on her own path. She doesn't have to say penis in front of this group of people, like, to prove like she's mature, or it's not like an immature thing. It's just, she doesn't feel comfortable with it. And like, I was like that for a while too, because coming from a repressed household, who's like, we don't talk about, especially if you have immigrant parents or conservative Christian
parents. Our parents never had to talk with us.
No, they just expect you to understand.
Right. Well, they expect you to get married, and then, well, whatever, you're married now.
And that's a fairy tale.
Your husband's job.
That's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And then be upset that your kids do something that you were like, you didn't teach them about.
Yeah. So for Annie, like, I do respect her for standing her ground there, but it's also, and I think like when you were cheering for her, I think when I was like, I was more so just like but it is important to know your sexuality in your own time and own pace, obviously, but like it is, because I made more mistakes because I didn't know what the fuck I was, I didn't know anything. I didn't know my own sexuality. I didn't know. I didn't even know how to put on a condom.
Yeah.
No one taught me how to put on a condom. So it's just like,
right.
What do you do?
Right. No, it's true. And there's no, and but I agree with you that there should be some sort of class, because we have to just assume that parents aren't.
Yeah.
Because they're not. Most of
or
at least half.
a good chunk.
Most of my friends, and like including you, no one had the talk, or if they did, it was very like.
And well, unfortunately, we grew up in a more religious environment with the schools.
Yeah.
But and the friends that we had.
And those religious people are trying to stop the sex ed classes from even happening.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, why are there kids? I know. I'm just.
But this was a great.
Why are there babies?
Abed and Troy saved the day with their coochie.
And she has to reel me in, I guess.
Because we have these conversations off camera because they go very long. I'm sure in a podcast.
I know. It's we are on time. It's like a scheduled time, sadly, and it sucks because it's like I want to talk.
But these are very important conversations. So like again, there will be more serious. There'll be fun podcasts, but there will be serious podcasts too at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's but yes, Abed and Troy, that was the sweetest.
Abed's
thing.
just the best friend. Like that's just the epitome of the show. I mean, the point of the show is Abed is precious.
Yeah,
and we need to protect him at all costs.
Well, and Abed is protecting everyone else.
Yes, he is.
He's the one that he's fine. He's fine.
After the whole dad thing,
he understands.
I think that was like the last thing he needed before he could be free.
Yeah, and he's like doing whatever he does, and he's content with himself.
Yes.
So he's like, you know what? I can run and do all this with Troy because Troy needs this right now, and this is a teaching moment, and he's just content. And there's.
Yeah,
Abed is someone to strive to be for sure.
Seriously though, like he literally is the person.
And he got him water. Oh, that was so cute.
That's
I want to see more. I want to see more men friendships like that.
Oh, absolutely! Again,
and
normalizing,
and women too, like us getting just more like closer and just people. We all just need to be close.
But I would really stand to see men be more affectionate towards each other.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be anything romantic.
No.
It's just in humans, we crave affection.
Yeah.
And if you don't, as an adult, that's fine. It might mean that, there's probably some trauma or something from that. Because, like, in nature, as you were born and put into your mother's or whoever's arms, that's what babies need. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing that they need is that human contact to feel comforted, to feel loved. So, hug someone today, guys.
That's true.
And ladies.
That's true. Well, damn. There we go. Well, thanks so much for watching. I know you're looking at the time. Like, it was a great conversation. We had that was a nice moment. I don't know.
I enjoy talking to you about these things because it puts it into perspective, and also it
was helpful for me too to hear that other side.
Yeah.
Too, because I can sometimes have my blinders and I think everyone understands what's going on in my head. Mm-hmm. No one understands what's going on in my head. No one can read. Yeah. And
and that's okay. That's why you I'm the same way. There's many conversations where I just have to keep talking until it really the point comes out. Yeah. So it's just
but it's good. I'm glad you brought that other.
Well, I'm just realizing it for myself because I used to be very just like I need romance. I need a partner. This is the type of affection that I need. And I guess I've just been getting it in different ways. I'm like, and that's, I don't need it that way.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm not opposed to it. Wink, wink.
No, but that's the way to do it. I mean, that's the way. Yeah. That's the absolute way. Choosing yourself.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
This is good. I enjoy Community. Who would have thunk?
I know. I'm so glad we didn't watch it. All that, I almost watched it.
Oh, really?
Several times. through the years, but I just
never was close to clicking it yet. I was too busy watching period pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The tutors got me for a long time.
Yeah, there's always something else to watch, but thankfully we're doing it now with everybody here. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Everyone.